say make sure everything's up and running here. Say apologies for the mix-up a little bit. Say unfortunately our restream setup is having a little bit of troubles here. So we're going to be broadcasting only on YouTube this evening. I've posted a link to the Facebook page though of Green White Checkered TV. And right now I'm just going to test the audio, make sure everything's working. All right, everybody, welcome to Green White Checkered TV. Tonight we have the Indy series at Iowa Speedway. So I'd say we have one more short track, I believe, right after this one next week. So I'd say as we've seen with these Indy cars at the short ovals, qualifying is going to be key. So we've got 5 minutes going on right now. Say drivers are going to head out, make their laps, and I'd say definitely going to be a fight to try to get that pole position here. So before we get into that, though, let's go ahead and go through our point standings as they run. So we are on race number 9 of 12. Chad Wilkes able to stretch his lead out a little bit over Craig Forsyth with that win at the Daytona Road Course. Right now, a 25-point lead. You can see those two have really kind of checked out from the rest of the field. Third place is 102 points out of the lead. However, he's in a really tight fight there. Jim Brooks with Bud Steele, Corey Lane, James Ledford. So they're all right there together in the top 5 here. So then the remainder of the top 10 here, you have James Ledford, Michael Spell, Dwight Plush, Charles Johnson, and Timothy Wright. So in practice, at one point, pretty much the whole field was within about a tenth of a second of each other. I think a few drivers made some more qualifying laps and put down some quicker lap times here. So we're gonna let everybody finish up their laps here. We'll see where they all stand, or where they all kind of wind up here. So one thing that I have noticed is you're definitely going to need to make sure you're going to need to run a different groove and try to find that arc that you need to do to try to get clean air on the nose of these cars, because otherwise it is a challenge. So again, qualifying is going to be extremely critical here this evening. So while they finish up their laps, we'll step away and then we'll go ahead and see if we can have a chat with the pole sitter if available. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and get going with the starting grid in a few more minutes. All right, looks like that's gonna wrap. So get everything up. So we'll pull in our pole sitter here in that number 28 card. So we got Charles Johnson here on the pole position. Say, well, we know what you were able to do last time you were able to get the pole at Pocono. And again, with this being a short oval here, obviously track position is going to be critical. So is that going to be the goal here? Is to just try to hang on to the front and lead the whole way?
No, I plan to save tires and make a run if it stays green flag through the middle of the run. I'm going to try the high line, stay in sixth gear, and save tires. That's the game plan. Let these guys go and then try to run them down later. Not sure if that's the one that's going to work, but that's what I plan to do tonight.
All right, that was our pole sitter there, Charles Johnson. So actually not going to be going for the gold right off the bat here. So I think we have one more lap around here. I'm going to keep an eye on the pace car. All right, so starting on pole positions, we mentioned already we have that 28 of Bud Steele, or sorry, of Charles Johnson. Next to him, the 10 of Corey Lane.
Oops. We got the TV broadcast in here. All right.
Apparently I was in the wrong channel. Apologies. In the second row, we have Jack Walls and Craig Forsyth with identical lap times there. In row 3, we have James Ledford, Chad Wilkes. Row 4, we have Robert Richards and Gaston Ariano. Saying the remainder of the grid here was by default, so say pace cars off. Sorry, everything going a little quick here. Say green flag's about to fly here at Iowa. Charles Johnson going to lead the way. Corey Lane on the outside, right behind him. We have Jack Walls, Craig Forsyth. Again, those are going to be and that's going to be also the thing to keep an eye on is that championship battle between that 131 and the 17. So we'll see how these guys are able to get things going here at the beginning laps. Great start there for Charles Johnson. He's going to take the lead here. Say again, I feel like clean air is going to be king. So he's talking about trying to save his tires and everything, but I think if he can keep that clean air, that's going to be more important than the tires. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see. Right now we have a pretty good battle going on right there for the 4th position with the 131 of Craig Forsyth and the 48 there, James Ledford. Looks like Craig's going to be able to make that position. Right behind them, though, is his championship competitor, I believe, in the 17 of Chad Wilkes. Wait for the cycle line to verify that. Actually, I think that's the 205. Oh, no, sorry, that's the 12, Robert Richards. Robert Richards there in the 5th position now. Started 7th, so he's making a good start here. And you can see already right away these guys are all trying to find their ways around. As they come through turns 3 and 4, you got the 12 of Robert Richards all over the back here. Side of that 131. Craig Forsyth, see if he's able to clear him here in turn 1. Again, it sounds like tires management is going to play a really tight there off of 2. So still side by side as they enter turn 3 here. On the exit, maybe overshoots it just a little bit, so you can see the over-under here by that 131. Craig Forsyth even now jump to the bottom side. Oh, washes up a little bit. He has to get out of the throttle. Does a really good job avoiding it. It's opening him right now for attack there right behind him of James Ledford. So far, it looks like he's able to kind of settle in a little bit here. But you can see right now, though, things are going to happen extremely quickly here at Iowa. Oh, you can see right there, it looked like that that 12 car may have got a big push there off the 2-4, had to get out of it to avoid hitting the wall. Right now, the top 3 have actually snuck away. As you see, a good battle here for the 4th position one more time. Here, of course, I think let's try to see if we can make it clear. So we're going to jump up front, though, real quick, because there's a good battle going on up front here with that 10, 19, and the 28. And then Jack Hall's trying to see if we can find a way to get around our race leader, Charles Johnson. Again, it is going to be tough to pass here, so they're going to have to try to kind of make their way around. Saying that 131 now, Craig Forsyth, he's in clean air. As I said, though, caution is out. Looks like the 205 of Gaston Ariano. Oh, he is drilled inside that wall. He's going to have to take a tow for sure there. Let's see what happened to him. See him up top there in that Sunoco car, that number 205. So I'm not sure if maybe the 76 may have washed up into him, or maybe he came down. We'll have to see. It looks like actually a whole lot of net code, unfortunately. And you see, unfortunately, he just gets stuck in that outside wall. So we'll go ahead and look at it one more time here. But you can see there was no any contact between the cars. However, you'll see right here, the car just bounces as if it got hit there by that 76 of Jim Brooks. And then unfortunately, it just sends Gaston up into the outside wall there. However, pit road is open. Looks like everybody's going to be taking advantage of this stop here. So we have our leaders in. We'll see if there's any strategy here. I'm thinking we're just going to see 4 tires and fuel. I don't think we're going to see too much strategy for like just fuel only, because again, it sounds like tires are going to be a critical thing in this race. Unfortunately, it is going to put that 205 1 lap down at the moment while he's getting his tow. To wait for him to cycle through, see where he winds up. Yeah, and sure enough, with those pit stop times, looks like that is 4 tires and fuel for our race leaders here. Looks like Craig Forsyth's going to jump up into the 3rd position. He'll gain a spot on pit lane, getting around that 10 of Corey Lane. Charles Johnson, though, is going to hang on to the lead here as they come back around to the back of the pace car. Should be a pretty quick yellow, because at that point there were no lap cars, and I believe iRacing, if the server has it set up, you can also do quick caution laps where lap cars and leaders can pit together. So that'll definitely be something that'll kind of get the racing action going a little bit quicker here. I see 2 drivers that had a little bit longer pit stops. There's the 86 of Kyle Hess and the 44 of Dwight Plesh. I'm thinking that was probably due to a wing replacement on those 2 cars, judging by the lap time there, or sorry, the pit stop time there. We'll take a quick look at those cars. So you can see right there the 86, and then right behind him the 44. Both cars are looking fine now, but I wonder if there was a little bit of wing damage to both of those machines here from maybe at the beginning of the start. It's like the 205 is rolling back on track here. I'm going to wait and see how many laps this is going to cycle him down. At the moment, it looks like it's going to be 3 laps down. However, he is the only car lap down. As I said, that was something I was going to mention, is that pit exit is tricky. So you have to be extremely careful getting back onto the gas here, exiting the pits if they do have the green flag pit stops. That'll be something they're definitely have to be careful about. So I believe we'll get the 1 to go here this time by. Alright, so we'll see lights are off here on the pace car. You see the 44 Dwight Plesh, he's going to top off, it looks like, on this 1 to go here. So he'll restart at the back of the field again. With the Indy Series, they do have single file restarts. So they will also go on green. So you won't have to worry about Charles Johnson like jumping the start or anything like that. It'll be a pretty fair restart for these guys. The trick's going to be, of course, just those that are a little further in the field, trying to avoid having one of those accordion effects on these restarts. And again, laps will go by really quickly here under green. Right now, the fastest lap time is a 16.491 by Robert Richards. So sub 17-second laps here at Iowa. Pace car is off. We're going to see Charles Johnson there staying to the bottom side here, waiting for that green flag to fly. Green flag is back in the air. He's going to get moving as the rest of the field here. So you'll see him probably start, he'll probably start running back up to that top group as they come through turns 2. However, it's going to really open the door here. That's going to open the door here for that 83 of Jack Wallace. He's going to send it into the bottom. On exit, he will. It's going to give us our first lead change of the race there. Jack Wall's going to take the lead here. 17 of 100. So we'll see now about that tire saving plan there that the 28 has. You see jumps to the bottom here. He's going to need to try to find a run a different groove than that 83 is. Again, just to try to take care of those tires and of course avoid that aero push. And you're going to see a lot of that staggering by these drivers all throughout the race and all throughout the field. You can see right now, like you see that one kind of middle top. Oh, as I said, that caution's back out. Looks like the 88 of Michael Spell involved. Oh, big damage to that car, left side there. Let's go back to see what happened to him. As I said, as long as that 205 was not involved, that should get him a wave around here, put him back to 2 laps down. So see what happened to that 88 car. Oh, it looks like you have contact there. I believe that may be the 48. It is the 48 of James Ledford. So as they come through turns 1 and 2, you can see looks like the 48 lifts up, maybe slides up a little bit, but I think the 88 came down a little bit as well. So kind of one of those things where drivers just going kind of for the same real estate there. Bounces hard off the outside wall here and then sends him straight down across the track. Oh, you can see there also who was that in the GoDaddy car. I think that is the 36. It is. That's 36 at Art Peck. Unfortunately, just nowhere for him to go. I'll say, oh, a lot of damage for him as well here. Looks like he's able to keep going though and stay on the lead lap. Also definitely going to need a fast repair here. We're going to have a little bit of mixed bag of strategy here. Looks like the top 7 stayed out. James Ledford, Robert Richards on back went ahead and made a pit stop. So that 205 Gaston Arellano did get a lap back. That puts him to 2 laps down. And unfortunately, it looks like Michael Spell is 1 lap down at the moment as well. So it looks like he did have to take a tow. You can see just how damaged that car is there. So you can see the pit crew there discussing what happened with that incident. Wearing their jeans and long sleeve denim shirts there, so looking stylish always with the pit crew. So say on lap 20, we're going to come around here for 21 of 100. Say we got 80 laps to go here. So right now the biggest mover of the race is that number 6 of Bud Steele. Started in the 14th positions, already in that top 5, so a really good start there for Bud. Say obviously making some moves and also some pit strategy here to move him a little bit further forward as well. He's got Chad Wilkes there right behind him. Started in 6th, currently running 6th. He's on the same pit strategy right now. The first car that pitted under that yellow was the 48 here of James Ledford. And so we'll take a look at that 36 of Art Peck and see. Yeah, looks like a faster pair on that one. So I see a longer pit stop for him, but may have been unrelated. I'm not sure, but I say that car does look back to normal spec there for him as well. Looks like we still have probably about 2 to go here, so I'll step away for just a moment until we get the 1 to go. And saying right now, looks like they're coming around Michael Spell. It's going to now put him 3 laps down. I believe also he had to take a tow, so unfortunately he's going to be in that similar position now as that 205 of Gaston Arellano. They're going to have to hope for some cautions to get some laps back, and if all the leaders pit, maybe just stay out and take a wave around as well. But I say right now, though, the advantage is going to be to that 205 of Arellano because of the fact that he's now 2 laps down to Michael's 3. on the one to go. Looks like that 44 Dwight Pletch is going to top off here as well in the one to go. 88 of Michael Spell is actually coming back on track now. Showing him actually 2 laps down, so he's actually going to be on the same lap as that 205. And so, I mean, that's going to be important for those two to try to be in front of the other one should a yellow come out here. So that'll be another battle to try to keep an eye on. Right now, that 205 is going to restart in front of the 88. And so what we'll do here is we're going to watch from the gearbox of our race leader here, Jack Walls. Let's see what he's going to do here on this restart. Looks like he's going to run up against the wall. We saw how that shallow entry there for that 28 of Charles Johnson definitely didn't seem to work very well for him. So we'll see what he's able to do here on this restart. Pace car is in, waiting for that green flag to fly. You see they're back on gas. You can see the 28 Charles Johnson. It's a great start. He's going to jump straight to the bottom. Going to waste no time here to try to take that lead back from the 83 Jack Walls, and he will. So let's now put that 28 of Charles Johnson back in the lead. You see right behind them that 131 of Craig Forsyth. He's going to try to get the second position. However, he's going to lose some momentum. They're going to go 3 wide through the tri-oval here. Someone's going to have to give. Nobody does. I was saying, I think that points battle there is what probably what that 131 of Craig Forsyth was thinking about there. Oh, as I said, I see one stuck in the wall there. Oh, it's the 28. I was our race leader there of Charles Johnson. Took a big shot to that outside wall. He's going to have to take a tow as well. That was a massive crash for him. We'll have to take a look, see what happened here. You can see, look on the inside. Looks like Jack Walls is going to take a look. See if they're. Oh, you can see Charles is going towards the bottom as well. I think they're going for the same real estate there. You see right there, 83 just catches the left, or sorry, yeah, the left rear of that number 28 car. That's going to push Charles up into the outside wall. Just nothing he can do here. So he's going to hit heavy impact, and say something going on with the way this game and everything's working. But so he's going to get stuck inside that, stuck in that outside wall. You can see he's trying to see if he can get going again, but that thing's completely buried in the wall there. So at that point, he's going to be required to take a tow to try to get back out. So he's going to be in that same boat here, trying to get a lap back or more, unfortunately, for that number 28 car. So it looks like that time by the 205 of Gaston Arellano, he was ahead still of the 88 Michael Spell. That's going to give him one more lap back. So that's going to now put him to 1 lap down here. So that's going to, yeah, it's going to put Gaston on 1 lap down. And it's going to, now Charles will still, or sorry, Michael is going to be 2 laps down. We'll wait to see how many laps down that 28 car cycles around to, while he's still sitting in the pits waiting for service. And it looks like only 1 taker on the pits that time was the 36 of Art Peck. See, actually this time it looks like the 28 of Charles Johnson and the 44 of Dwight Plush are in here as well. I was wondering why every pace car looked like everything was going so slow. I was still in slow motion from that replay. Alright, so while the caution is out here, we'll step away for just a moment. Say update on standings. So Bud Steele now up into the 2nd position in that number 6 car. Again, we'll get things going again on the 1 to go. are back on the one to go here. So let's jump over to our race leader, that number 83 of Jack Walls. As I started third, currently first. Right behind him, you have the 6-car Bud Steele started 14th up to second. Corey Lane in third, Craig Forsyth in fourth, and Chad Wilkes in fifth. Wait for that pace car to come off into the pits. He's going to put it back into the hands of the 83 car. We'll see if he's able to get a better restart here. Again, we saw that 6 was all over the back of him. You can see he's going to protect the bottom this time. We'll see what Bud Steele's able to do on this top side here. So see, Bud takes that high entry there. He's going to get a huge run here. He's going to jump to the inside right away to that 83 car. It's like Bud's going to turns 3 and 4. So again, it looks like this time Craig was able to get a good start and get around that 10 of Corey Lane here. So it's going to move Craig up into third position. However, you see Washa's up a little bit there, able to gather back up there. However, he's going to be under pressure there by that number 10. As I say that, oh, you can see right there, Robert Richards just squeezes around the outside there of Corey Lane. That's going to move Robert Richards up into the fourth spot. Now you got the 131. He's going to try to see if he can take that second spot away here from the 83 of Jack Walls. Move him up to second. Robert Richards is going to try to follow him through here in that 12th car. As I said, we'll back out. It's actually our points leader here, the 17 of Chad Wilkes. Say missing his front nose cone there. And say if it's just that though, he might not have to use a fast repair for it. You can see though that car does not want to turn. Let's go and take a look back and see what happened to him here. So you can see he's running the top side here through turns 3 and 4. I think the same thing there. I think it looked like a little bit of net code again with that 76 that Jim Brooks puts him for a ride here. So you can see he then slides back down the track. I think he's able to get away with it. I don't think anybody else gets into it. You see Michael Spell just squeaks by there. So we'll hop on board real quick, see if that steering wheel's pointed straight. Does not. Yeah, I don't think that's pointed very straight. He's going to have to use a fast repair there. That car's not turning. So that's going to be one of those fast repairs for that 17 car. However, pit road is open and looks like a lot of takers here other than Bud Steele. Looks like he's going to stay out. I'll say probably at the dismay of Charles Johnson there behind him, hoping he was going to stay out there or pit there. That way he could get a lap back. However, it looks like it's going to be giving the lap back and getting back on the lead lap for that 205 of Gaston Arellano. So that's going to put him back on the lead lap there in that 205, the Sunoco car here. And we'll just see if Bud's going to stick with the strategy here of staying out, because again, looks like he and Dwight Plush are the only ones who stayed out under this yellow. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. So they're going to have, especially actually Bud Steele, he's got 24 laps on this run. So he's running really low here to the bottom. It kind of looks like he's thinking about making a pit stop. Can't tell for sure. No, looks like he's going to stay out. Okay. However, behind him though, the 44 is in, as which car is that? The 88 of Michael Spell. He is in as well here. So we're now going to have 13 cars on the lead lap, and it's going to be now a fight between that 28 of Charles Johnson and the 88 of Michael Spell to see who can stay in front of the other and be the first car 2 laps down to try to get one of those critical laps back. So I know we've had some laps under yellow here. However, that Bud Steele's got 25 laps on his tires here, whereas Craig Forsyth just pitted there, showing just 2 and obviously under yellow here. So it's going to be much fresher tires here for that 131 of Craig Forsyth. And then, of course, with what just happened to his championship competitor, that 17 of Chad Wilkes, this might be the opportune time to try to take advantage and use those fresher tires to get to the lead here and try to see if he can control this race. If that's what, at least where my plan would be there. You see the 28 of Bud Steele is going to actually enter the pits here this time. So it's going to drop him to the back of the pack, so he'll restart behind the 88 of Michael Spell again for that battle to try and be the first car 2 laps down. However, lights are still on the pace car, so I'm going to step away again for just a moment, and then once we get back to the one to go, we'll rejoin things and see what these guys are able to do in this restart. Alright, we are on the one to go here. So it's going to be Bud Steele leading this restart. However, right behind him, we're going to have that 131 of Craig Forsyth. So we're going to hop on board with that 131 on this restart. Again, he's going to have fresher tires than the race leader here. And we've seen that second place car has been able to make a good charge on these guys on the restart. So we'll see if the trend continues here. Wait for that green flag to fly. Green flag is out, so you can see Bud Steele starting over that 131. We're going to get a quick yellow right off the bat. See the 48 was involved there. So just the 48. We'll go back and take a look here. Oh no, James Ledford is upside down here. That is not where you want to be. Oh, you can see also the that is also the 36 of Art Peck as well. So let's go ahead and see what happens starting with the 48. Oh, you can see there was actually something happened there up in front of them. Start off with the 10. Let's go back a little bit. You see the 10 here of Corey Lane. Looks like he slows down a bunch, or maybe got loose there, and unfortunately he gets run into the back of there by the 76 of Jim Brooks. Here comes the 48 of James Ledford. Just huge head of steam, nowhere for him to go. They hit. Here comes the 36 of Art Peck. He's in there as well. Looks like everybody else may have been able to avoid it. We'll see if Michael Spell's able to come to a stop there. Looks like he was. So I'm waiting to see who's going to get the lucky dog between the two of them here, the 28 of Charles Johnson or the 88 of Michael Spell. And based on what I'm seeing here, I see that 28 getting waved around, I believe. And yeah, so that's Charles Johnson there getting waved around, so that's going to put him now 1 lap down, the only car 1 lap down. Let's say, so we'll jump back over to our the rest of the field here with our leaders. Like I said, I don't think you're going to see much on the pit stop strategy here. Let's say 10 of Corey Lane was able to get serviced and back out. Try and check on. Yeah, looks like he had to use a fast repair as well there. Looks like Jim Brooks in the 76 was able to do a fast repair, as was Kyle, or not a fast repair, sorry, a wing change, as was Kyle Hess and Chad Wilkes, based on their lap or their pit stops there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. But again, we're under yellow here at Iowa. Lap 43 of 158 to go. So I'll step away for just a moment, and we'll get things going again with the 1 to go. about to get going green again here. Say Bud Steele going to lead the way. Right behind him again we have the 131 of Craig Forsyth. Jack Wall's right behind him in third. Say really a little bit of a stacked up start there. So Jack Wall's going to try to make the top happen here on this restart. Right behind him for the second position. Looks like Craig's going to be able to hang on to that. So they can play a little bit of defense here instead of trying to as they come through turns 3 and 4 in this after the restart. So you can see right now top 4 all right, nice detail. So you can see the inside of Bud Steele can't quite make it stick here. I'm saying Bud's going to have the advantage here going 4. Oh, you can see right there he washed up a little bit there, the 131 of Craig Forsyth able to regroup here. However, so now he's got his hands with that 83 of Jack Walls, with Jack's going to look to the inside here as they go through 3 and 4. So you can see there he's going to give him plenty of room. Looks like he might have the momentum on exit. Now he's going to have a challenge here by Robert Richards as well. So Robert's going to take advantage of that and jump up to the 3rd spot here. And saying he's not done though. He's going to see if he can keep going and try to grab the 2nd spot. But right now though, again, our race leader is still that 6 of Bud Steele on the older tires, but doing really well with them. Again, a lot of yellow laps this last stint or so. But we'll have to see if those tires are going to start wearing for our race leader here in that 6 car. Oh, you see Robert Richards just touches the wall there. So he may have gotten away with it. However, so he's going to have to be extremely careful with that. Say that car's only going to get tighter as he stays so close to that 131. But looks like right now he's able to get away with it. Looks like it's still rotating well here. Oh, you see right behind him too. Look like I think that was a 205. It is a really good recovery here for Gaston Ariano. Already back up into that 5th position. Right now these guys are all running pretty much similar lines right now. So you can see everybody just really trying to arc these turns here, try to get as much as they can. Actually, I'll say I'm not sure what happened here, but I'm actually showing Chad Wilkes as being shown as 5 laps down in the last place in this race. So this is a huge development for the championship standings. So say right now Craig Forsyth's going to need to try to just go full damage control here and just try to take care of his stuff and just take advantage of the bad situation for that 17 car. See right now most of the field is pretty spread out. Let's say right now the closest fight looks like actually it's right around here with the 10 car. Corey Lane, so you see right behind him, I believe that's Kyle Hess. Right in front is Art Peck. I saw a little bit of a momentum change. Oh, I saw a little bit of smoke. I think it was just a connection issue though. However, that always makes you nervous when that happens, especially if you're one of those cars right behind them. So that 131 of Craig Forsyth's been able to sneak away. Now the fight is here for the 3rd position. So it looks like Jack Wall's going to try to make another charge here back on that 12. Oh, Richards that go through 3 and 4, trying to make it. Oh no, and one more time, looks like another net code situation. It's going to spin the 12 around. Oh, he gets another shot there, I believe. I couldn't tell which car that was there. Oh, it was the 98 there of Roy Wheeler, unfortunately. Just things happen so fast here. Let's go back and take a look here. So we'll start with the contact. And again, it seems like just these cars, they get close to each other. Unfortunately, so they didn't actually make contact. You can see the gap between them right here, but then you're gonna see the 12 act as if it got hit. So that's what they call net code in iRacing. And so it's the same thing, unfortunately, that happens here. So say they're gonna make the contact there. So you see the 83 go up on 2 wheels, comes back down here. So you can see the suspension damage on that car definitely is not really tracking very straight there. And it looks like the 12 has it just about saved. I say then it spins around a little bit on him again. And I say unfortunately right behind, and you see in the smoke here, you got that 98 Roy Wheeler. Can't really see what's going on. So I'm going way slow-mo here, so I'll go back just a little bit. We'll go full speed here. So you can see the incident. He's trying to back it down here, and then just you can see the indecision there on the wheel. Just wasn't sure which way to go. Big shot there on the 12 car and the 98 as well. And then yeah, so unfortunately that's gonna be a lot of damage for him. Pit stops are underway here. So including our race leader there, Bud Steele in the 6th car. He's going to see if he can try to win this race off of pit road. So waiting as he comes around the rest of the field. However, I think Craig Forsyth is going to jump in front of him here during that pit stop cycle. So that's going to put that 131, I believe, in the lead here. And also looks like Charles Johnson is back on the lead lap now in that number 28 car as well. So I'll say right now we're back to 10 cars on the lead lap. Right now we have Roy Wheeler, Jack Walls in the pits. I believe they both had to take a tow after that hard shot for the two of them. Somehow the 12 Robert Richards was able to limp that thing back to the pits here. So he's going to try to get one of those faster pairs on that 12 car. Charles Johnson in the pits now as well. So right now with everything cycled through the way it is, I see a handful of drivers here going for the wave around to try to get back a lap here. So it looks like it's going to start with, I believe that's the 48. Let's see, yeah, 48 of James Ledford is going to lead those, trying to get one lap back, as well as the 88 Michael Spell, 17 of Chad Wilkes. So as we mentioned Chad Wilkes, I'm not sure unfortunately what happened there, but he's showing was showing 5 laps down, going to be 4 laps down now once everything cycles through. And this will get the 88 of Michael Spell is going to be 1 lap down. So should another caution come out, this will bring him back onto the lead lap as well for that 88 car. I'm saying Chad may be able to take advantage possibly as well with this, doing this wave around here to try to see if he can also get a maybe gain a few spots with those two taking the tow, Jack Walls, Roy Wheeler. We'll have to see if he's able to get around them for positions. Again, at this point, I think every point is going to be extremely critical here. So I'm going to step away for just a moment. We are on lap 62 of 100. We have 39 to go here. We'll probably restart with about 36, 37 to go. So I'll come back here with you guys shortly. Alright, we are on the 1-2 go. So you saw those drivers get the wave around there. So they're going to be back here on the lead lap, or not on the lead lap, but gain a lap, I should say. Right now we have 10 on the lead lap. Michael Spell is now 1 lap down. James Ledford 2 laps down. Roy Wheeler, Jack Walls 3 laps down. And Chad Wilkes is still showing as 4 laps down. So they're going to be restarting here as the pace car is off. So you're going to have now our new race leader, that 131 Craig Forsyth, able to get a good pit stop there, jumped in front of that 6 of Bud Steele. Gaston Ariano up to 3rd now, really good recovery from being a couple laps down as well. Jim Brooks as well up to 4th after having a couple early incidents for him. So we're back on here with 37 laps remaining. So I think we're going to see aggression pick up a little bit here. You see right away, Bud Steele's going to try to jump to the inside. Back from that 131 of Craig Forsyth, and he will. Right now the top 4 pretty much slipped away a little bit from the rest of the field. But right now, so you can see, I see right there, Jim Brooks trying to see if he can make a run on that 3rd place of Gaston Ariano. We got the battle of Sunoco versus Unical here for the 3rd position. They probably don't realize it, but definitely a battle of the gas manufacturers there. But right now, Gaston's able to hold onto it at the moment. So we're coming around, we have 35 to go. 34 looking across the line. Oh, you can see a big push there by that 205. It might open the door here for the 76. Not quite enough yet. So they're going to stay in line here. again, looks like he washes up just a little bit. Can't quite do so. We'll hop on here with that 76. Let's see what he can do. Again, he's going to slide for a 205. He's going to jump to the inside. Looks like he's going to try to clear him entering one. He will. He's going to move Jim Brooks up into the third position. And so now you see if that 205 is able to make a charge back on him. Well, right now it looks like, unfortunately for Gaston, looks like he's just pushing a lot right now on exit. So that's opening the door now for the team. He's going to try to make a charge as well. And so you can see right behind him a whole bunch of cars here all fighting. We've got Art Hector, Robert Richards, Kyle Hess, Charles Johnson now back in the lead lap as well. So definitely a big fight here all for position right now. Front, things have stabilized for the most part with the leaders. About 0.2 of a second gap between Bud Steele and Craig Forsyth. I'll try to keep an eye on the intervals while watching this battle here. So it's a really good fight, so I don't really want to jump around too much. So you see right there, I believe that is, oh sorry, that was Kyle Hess there. So it's Kyle Hess there, able to get around Art Peck to move Kyle up into the 6th position. You can see again, looks like that 205 of Gaston Arellano starting to struggle a little bit. It's starting to open the door here for that 10 of Corey Lane to try to make a run as they go through turns 3 and 4. Gets right to his back bumper. Now he's going to try to make sure they get a little bit of clean air on that 10 car. Able to do that. And he's going to, again, you can see he's just going to try to run a different line here and help his cause out. Oh, you can see right there, Gaston gets a little bit high, pushes into the wall just a little bit. Able to gather it back up. Good heads up here by Corey Lane as well. It's going to move Corey up into 4th here. Now it's like Kyle Hess is going to try to follow through here as well. He's going to take the top side, try to see what he can make happen. But unfortunately, that 205 of Gaston Arellano, he's starting to really push bad here. So he's going to have to be careful as he's going to catch the wall really harder than he wants to. You see Robert Richards able to get by him as well here. So that's going to start a little bit right now. We've seen Robert Richards really quick on that short run. Looks like he might burn his stuff up a little bit too soon. But right now it looks like his pace has definitely been improving though. Might have figured something out to help that long run longevity for that 12th car. Up front, Bud Steele's been able to stretch it out a little bit. He's got about a second lead now, or half a second, 7/7 of a second. Oh, again, I saw him. Unfortunately, sorry, just missed it there. That 205, yeah, you can see the wing damage there to that 205 car. A lot of right front damage to him. Definitely caught the wall there. He's going to drop it to the apron here. Looks like he's going to try to probably bring it to the pits. May need a faster pair. We'll have to wait and see. So say we'll go back here for that next battle here. This is for the 5th position between Kyle Hess and Robert Richards. Robert's going to jump to the inside, take that spot away. Not quite, as Hess able to get a really good run on the exit. I think he may have lifted just a little bit, so that's going to let Robert Richards get the spot here. I say we're already with 21 to go, and they cross the line this time. So again, these laps are ticking off extremely quickly here at Iowa. Again, we talked about that sub 17 second lap for their fast laps. Right now they're running 17.2 or so. Last time by, the fastest car was the 36 of Art Peck. He is showing right now in the 8th position. Say I'm also still keeping an eye on the interval with our race leaders, which is now at about 0.3 of a second. We'll jump up front to our race leaders there. The 6th of Bud Steele, 131 of Craig Forsyth. Like I said, we're 20 to go just that last time by. Now we're at 19 to go here at Iowa. Say Bud Steele's able to get that lead on the restart. Now he's just have to make sure he hasn't been abusing his tires too much, but of course he's got the critical clean air. So we'll have to see how that's going to impact the remainder of this race here. Charles Johnson working on chasing down the 86 of Kyle Hess for the 6th position. He's got a couple tenths between the two of them at the moment. And the 10 of Corey Lane is working also on chasing down Jim Brooks. They're at about 0.3 of a second distance or so. Looks like once you get to a certain range, it kind of stalls out here. So we'll jump over now to our battle here. Oh, you can see a little bit of connection issue there for that 76 car. So that's going to make things just that much more difficult to try to make a pass there. But right now you can see though, Corey Lane trying to see if he can chase down that 76 of Jim Brooks. Right behind him is Robert Richards. And he's saying, looks like actually everybody's kind of stabilized a little bit here. So looking at the lap times at the intervals. So right now still 9 cars on the lead lap. Michael Spell still showing as the first car, 1 lap down. We got 15 to go here, so while this is all going on, we'll hop on board with our second place car here. Right first, I see what he's able to do, see what he's trying to do to make something happen to get around our race leader, Bud Steele. So you can see Bud starting to run that top line, so Greg can try to start diving it in just a little lower. Again, just trying to get that clean air on the car. You see the very different lines these guys are running at the moment. Break away from that. We have a really good battle here for the third position between the 10 of Corey Lane, 76 of Jim Brooks. Oh, and this 12 of Robert Richards. So he went way low there, tried to make the pass. And you see that 10 of Corey Lane already was able to get around. Bit of a push there for Jim Brooks. He's able to keep it straight though. So he's now working on. He's going to try to hold on to this fourth position right now with Robert Richards trying to chase him down. Behind them, unfortunately, for Chad Wilkes, he's still showing 4 laps down. Obviously, has a lot of pace here, especially on this long run. Just hasn't had any good luck here. He's going to look at it. Thought about taking a 3 wide, decided to back out of it there again. He is being really not in the battle for the position at the moment here. So right now, this battle on track for that 4th position as they dive around the 36 of Art Peck. He's down 1 lap. That's going to now leave 8 cars on the lead lap. You see right now, Bud Steele putting on a pretty impressive show here. He's putting down some serious lap times over that. You can see right there, the 12 Robert Richards pushes up a little bit. Chad Wilkes trying to get to his outside here. So you can see Chad trying to get everything he can at the moment. Just maybe if in case of a yellow, can try to make sure in case he stays out, he can be in front of that driver that does stay out. That's the reason why he's trying to still push forward here. Obviously, again, has a lot of pace though as well in that 17 car. So he's now working on that 76 in turn 3. He's going to dive it to the bottom. See if he can complete the pass. Can't quite do it here. And actually, the 88 of Michael Spell is in the pits here. So keep an eye on that. So I'm not sure that's for fuel or if that may have been maybe had a little bit of damage he has to have repaired. Let's say, so we're already down to 7 to go. 6 as the leaders cross the line that last time by. So we're going to jump to our leaders here. So right now, again, it's kind of a bit of an ebb and flow. You'll see Craig is able to make a bit of a charge, and then he kind of falls back a little bit as well. Once maybe just doesn't quite hit his marks right. But right now, he's making a really good charge here for that lead. We got 5 to go. Here's right on the back wing of Bud Steele. He's going to send it down into the inside here off of 2. If he can keep it even, can't quite do it though. So you see now Bud's going to start protecting that bottom just a little bit more. But you see both these guys are starting to definitely push on exit, which is bringing Corey Lane into this mix as well. He's starting to gain time on them as well here. Say they're now within, he's now within the second. See him right there in the background. I say he was about a 10th of a second quicker. As I say that, the caution is out. Looks like the 76 may have been involved. I also see the 205 stopped on track. So I'm not sure if it was the contact was between the 2 of them or not. We'll wait and see. We'll start here with the 76 car. Jim Brooks looks like he was battling. Actually, looks like he cut the wall there on entry possibly and just kind of threw the car off. You can see the 205 tries to avoid him. I think then he just gets too high and catches the wall there as well. And so you can see Jim just tries to get it back together and just unfortunately spins it around here. So that's what brought out our most latest yellow here. So saying this is going to be decision time again here at Green White, or here at Area 51 Racing. They do have up to 3 green white checkers. Looks like our race leaders are going to stay out. It looks like only a few are going to make pit stops here. It's like the 12 of Robert Richards, the 28 of Charles Johnson. They're both going to pit. It looks like, I believe that's going to bring the 36 of Art Peck back onto the lead lap. As I said, there he goes around the pace car. So I see the 44 actually of Dwight Plush also in the pits. He's still on the lead lap as well. So we're going to have 8 cars on the lead lap. And then we're going to have, of those 8, we're going to have, let's see, 3, probably 4 of those making pit stops here for brand new tires. So this could be really interesting. Again, I mean, I believe tires are going to be critical here. Just based on the lap times that these guys have been running, their fastest laps are in the 16s. But then when they were starting to get some laps on tires, they were down into the 17-second range. So again, there are up to 3 green white checkers. So if there's another attempt or 2 of green white checkers here, there's a definite possibility of those guys with the new tires being able to make a charge here. So we're going to have 4 cars that stayed out there. Bud Steele, Craig Forsyth, Corey Lane, and Kyle Hess. And then from there on back, we're going to have Charles Johnson, Robert Richards, Dwight Plush, and Art Peck all taking tires here. So I'm actually really liking where Charles Johnson is here. So he's going to restart 5th. However, he's going to have brand new tires on that car. These cars in front of him are going to have much older tires. Say again, it's showing 42 laps. There have been yellows, of course, but that being said, that was a really long run there on those tires. So I think at this point, I feel like, I mean, obviously you want to have the track position, you want to have the clean air, but you can make something happen with tires here. So I think Charles Johnson could be in a really good position here on this restart, but he's going to have to make quick work of these guys around him to make it happen. For Bud Steele, he's going to need to have a great restart, and we've seen that the second place car seems to get a really big advantage there in that draft while they're getting up to speed. And the other thing is I'm not sure about, though, is they might need to be careful about tire spin as well, just because, again, it's a longer run here. We're on the 1 to go here. Lights are off on the pace car. So that's some more things that these leaders are going to have to be careful about is the tire spin. And then I say I'm going to keep an eye on that 28 car, Charles Johnson. I think he's going to make a big charge here. On the backstretch, lights are off on the pace car. Say it's got first green and white checker attempt. Say got a lot to play for, obviously here. Craig Forsyth's going to need to be a little bit careful, of course, not to be too aggressive. He wants to win, I'm sure. However, he's got to look at the points right now where his championship rival is in 14th position. Pace car is off. So wait for that green flag to fly here with our race leader Bud Steele, and they are going. So you can see there James Lefford maybe trying to time it a little bit. So it didn't quite work out for him. So now we're going to see what these new tires for Charles Johnson are able to do. Bud Steele, though, gets a really good restart here. Able to get a good lead and actually wasn't able to allow that 131 to get a good charge on him there. So we're going to make it to the white flag. So we are on the 1 to go. You can see Charles Johnson working for the 3rd position. He's going to try to dive it to the inside. Here comes Charles Johnson with those brand new tires, fighting for the lead right here as they come through 3 and 4. So I think his brand new tires are going to be all he needs. He's going to come around, so it's going to be Charles Johnson to get the lead, get the win here at Iowa with that late race pit stop decision there. He's going to get around. So Charles Johnson wins this race. Bud Steele in 2nd. Corey Lane actually winds up 3rd. Looks like the 131, unfortunately, Craig Forsyth actually got loose and spun on the white here. We'll jump back and see what happened to him. Oh, he's got a lot of damage to that car. Let's go back and oh, it looks like he had contact between himself and the 10 of Corey Lane. So we'll go through here saying this is just everybody trying to get everything they can here. So I believe Corey was on the same tires as they were. Yeah, he was. So it just catches the left rear there of that 131. So it sends him around. So unfortunately, that's going to cost. That's going to move Craig from the third or fourth position, roughly probably about where he would have finished, down to eighth. That being said, though, I mean he still finished ahead of Chad Wilkes, who was 14th. But again, you know that 131 was going to be hoping for more there. But great pit decision there for that 28 of Charles Johnson, able to pull off the win here at Iowa. So let's see if we can pull up our top three finishers here. That 10 of Corey Lane, the 6 of Bud Steele, and the 28 of Charles Johnson. All right, so actually we'll start with our second place finisher here, Bud Steele. Pull in our second place finisher here, Bud Steele. Say, what did you have any thoughts there at the end about taking those taking tires at the end, or did you feel like track position was going to be too critical at that juncture?
uh, Gael, I wasn't sure what to do, so I stayed out. And since I saw Charles in there, I knew wouldn't be able to hold him off because yeah, my tires and I think everybody else up front were pretty shot at that point.
Yeah, say you guys definitely had that long run before that yellow came out. Unfortunately, with I think it was like 3 to go or something like that. So obviously that's it's one of those things where you feel like if you pit, everybody's going to stay out or vice versa. So it's a really tough decision to make, kind of one of those between a rock and a hard place decisions. But you were able to get a really good restart. I think this was the only restart where, as a leader, you weren't able, like the second place car wasn't able to jump under you out of turn two or even before then. So I mean, you had a great restart there, and again, I mean, you had a really good run this evening to be able to still pull off the second place finish. Again, just unfortunate luck with the timing of the yellow and then the pit strategy there, but still overall a great run. Did you have any like? Did you have anything on the setup wise that you felt was working well for you, maybe compared to others with the various lines? I definitely saw there was more than one line you could run tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely. It, it's really just whatever line you didn't scrub your tires on. And um, I mean, my tires stayed pretty good for about 20, 22 laps before I really started feeling it. Um, but this Iowa track, I mean, yeah, like you said, there's you can run it several ways. I even started running high in 3 and 4 and trying to come down to about the second lane coming off instead of going up to the wall. And that worked for a while. But when I was up front, I was just trying to run a line that everybody else wasn't running, just so they couldn't get any kind of draft. So this is a great little track.
Yeah, it really was. So you guys put on an awesome show. I honestly didn't think it was going to be as racy as it was. I kind of thought it was going to be more of that single file type racing you see, especially like Phoenix and tracks like that. But Iowa obviously was lending itself well to some good side by side racing and being able to run those different lines. Definitely saw those drivers that were maybe not leading the pack, trying to find where the clean air was, but I mean you could still make really good time. So yeah, so you did a great job though tonight, bud. Just unfortunately, one spot short. Just the pit strategy almost worked out. But say again, a great run. Want to definitely give you an opportunity for any thanks and shouts that you'd like to give for that result tonight.
Oh well, good win for Charles there from coming 2 laps down. Happy for him. Um, and all the other guys in Area 51, you Gael, and anybody out there watching. Hope you enjoyed the race.
I appreciate it, bud. Again, great run tonight. I'd say look forward to talking to you again soon.
All right, take care.
All right, that was our third place finisher there, or sorry, second place finisher there, Bud Steele. Started 14th, able to make his way to the lead. Unfortunately, just that last pit strategy didn't work out for him. Our race winner, though, here, the number 28 of Charles Johnson, was the first car coming out of the pits with those fresh tires, and he made use of them and then some. I'm guessing that felt pretty good there, being able to pretty much just mat it to the floor and sneak around all those guys on that restart. Say maybe not the way you thought you'd start or take the win from the pole, but I say you definitely worked for it tonight.
Yeah, I ended up 2 laps down there for a little bit. Got turned there leading the race and had to tow, and I was really wondering if I was going to be able to get back up there, but the caution fell just right, and those guys stayed out. I went in, took some fresh rubber, and like you said, I was able to hold it wide open where they were having to pedal it and just blew by 'em. I think that's 2 out of 3 past 3 weeks, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, so you finally had some luck change to go your way, and saying obviously, like you said, had to work your way back up, get those laps back after that incident. Like you said, while you were leading the race there, so I mean, really good job of kind of keeping your head on your shoulders and just kind of going back after it. Because like I said, I mean, for being 2 laps down, also you can't just go and drop like a rock and try to kind of go straight to the front. So you got to wait and hope for the cautions to fall, but also make sure you're in the right position. Because I want to say you may have been battling Michael at one point for that free pass when those yellows were coming out. So I mean, it wasn't just riding around. Obviously, you had to make sure you could do what you
Yeah, I
needed to.
was battling spell there when I was 2 laps down and got the lucky dog, and then I was on the lap by myself, and the next caution came out. Almost got into that one. I had to do some quick maneuvering to keep from hitting a car that was turned sideways in the front stretch there. But overall, good race. I enjoyed it.
No, it was a great race. I say I really enjoyed broadcasting that one. I was telling Bud, I kind of figured it was going to be more like Phoenix, where it's just kind of whoever had the lead was going to be able to check out and not be able to not have any competition. But this track definitely had multiple grooves, even with the same tire strategy. But then again, you made that right pit call at the end to get that fresh tires, and just went on a tear on that green white checker restart. So. Again, congrats though, Charles. That was an awesome win. But before I let you go, I want to give you an opportunity for any thanks and shouts you'd like to give for your win tonight.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thanks to the admins and all the drivers in there, 51, for coming out and racing with us. We got a really good group of drivers. I'm proud of each and every one of them. Uh, appreciate all the fans coming out and watch. Season 5 starts the second week of July. Got some new items in store there. I'm sure you've talked about it some. If not, I'll leave that to you to talk about. And looking forward to it, and appreciate you, Gail, and what you do for us.
Say it's always been a pleasure. Say love working with you guys. You guys have been put on some great racing. Like you said, yeah. Next segment's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, bringing the 87 cars on Wednesdays. I say I've done a little bit of racing with those, mostly at the plate races, I have to admit. But even there, they're a whale of fun. I say I look forward to being a part of watching you guys put on a show with those cars.
Yeah, absolutely, and appreciate it, my friend.
All right, congrats again, Charles, and I say look forward to talking to you again soon.
Awesome.
All right, there's our race winner. They're doing donuts on the trial over there here at Iowa Speedway. So before though we get anywhere further, let's go ahead and go through our standings here. So again, our race winner there, Charles Johnson, able to get those fresh tires and put them to use. They're sneaking around the 6 of Bud Steele. Court Lane able to get in the 3rd position. And say, unfortunately, a little bit of contact between him and the 131 and Craig Forsyth. That drops him back to the 8th position. However, in 3rd, you have Kyle Hess, 4th Kyle Hess, 5th Robert Richards, and 6th Art Peck. A really good rebound for him in that 36 car as well. Dwight Plush able to bring it home in 7th. Again, we mentioned Craig Forsyth. Again, one of the championship contenders, had a little bit of contact entering turn 3 on the final lap, sent him around. Still is able to finish in the 8th position, and we'll show why that's important though on the next page. Jim Brooks in 9th, and then Jack Walls rounds out the top 10. And then 11th through 15th there. James Ledford, Roy Wheeler, Michael Spell, and then as we mentioned, say one of the bigger stories in the race here, unfortunately, Chad Wilkes there. finishing 4 laps down. Got 1 lap back, however, so he was only able to gain that 1 spot on that 205 of Gaston Arellano. So we're definitely have to keep an eye on the points here. Keep an eye here for the points for the next race, because I believe that Craig is definitely going to have closed the gap there on our race, our points leader entering this race of Chad Wilkes. So I believe there's going to be 3 races to go after this, 2 or 3, I can't remember offhand. But again, it's going to be a tie battle between those two. They've kind of stretched their legs across the field there, so I think it's going to be those two that are going to battle for that title here in the Area 51 Racing League Indy Series. Tonight we'll be doing the recruiting series, which I believe it's usually right now it's either the Indy cars or the Xfinity cars. Either way, those guys also put on a really good show, and then of course the Cup series on Thursday. And like Charles mentioned, we're not too far away from the next season, so definitely take a look at the Area 51 Racing League if you want to join a league with the new season coming up, especially if you want to run those 87 cars. They will be running on the Wednesday nights. And if you want to run Indy cars, they're available on Tuesdays. Thursdays is the Cup Series, and then on Sundays we have the Super Speedway Cup Series. So again, congratulations to our race winner there, Charles Johnson, in the number 28 car. So for myself, Kyle Brooks with... So I always remember I click wrong, it messes everything up. So for myself though, Kyle Brooks with Green White Checker TV. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I look forward to catching you tomorrow night as well. Until then though, stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, and take care. Have a good night.